Let's react to an unboxing. Today we are unboxing the Enya X3 Pro Mini. As someone who used to record a fair amount and go on tour, I used to always be on this search for the ideal acoustic. It's always an uphill battle because you're told so many things. You're told that your acoustic has to be expensive, that the cheaper ones aren't any good, and even when you find a cheaper one that is good, people will still downplay it. I mean, I think that's just the way it is with guitars, period. And so I've spent a better part of my time in my 20s just hunting and searching for the right acoustic. It was right around the time that I went to NAMM 2024 in Anaheim, California, where I discovered the Enya X3 Pro Mini. At the time, they were revealing a bunch of guitars, and so they had their whole display out, and I thought it was really cool to be able to experiment with these guitars, see what they were all about, and play with them, and it was really cool. It was fun to watch, it was fun to be a part of it, and I was even lucky to be able to bring one home for an evening while I was at NAMM, just to be able to noodle with it at nighttime and then play with it around my other guitarist friends, and I was pretty floored. So fast forward to today, and I was sent an X3 Pro Mini by Enya. So what does that mean? That means that this guitar was given to the channel. I don't know if I'm supposed to return it. There's no instructions, so I don't know if I'm giving it back or if it's mine to keep, but I'm going to unbox it, and I'm going to unbox it in front of all of you. Now, full disclosure, I do want to be able to point out that although this guitar was sent my way, I'm not really sure what its fate is to be. There was no note, no instruction, there was no mention of me having to send it back or if I get to keep it. But I'm going to assume that I get to keep it. And so it could be easy to assume that because I was given a guitar that I'm going to give it a glowing review, and that's not fair. That's not what this channel is about. So if I like this guitar, I will definitely say something. And if I don't like it, I'll point out what I don't like about it and just be honest. I think that's the most important thing, right? Another thing to point out that's important is that although Enya did send me this guitar, it was pulled from Amazon's inventory and delivered by Amazon, which means that I would find it very difficult to believe that they cherry-picked a really good one to send to me to give a good review, because that could be an easy thing to imagine, but this came from Amazon's stock. So I think that this is from the same stockpile that all of you would get it from. So as I've gathered with this guitar, these sell brand new right now on enyamusic.com. I believe it's enya-music.com. I'll leave a link down below. And they also have them on Amazon. They are about $349.99, which makes this really affordable. So what's special about this acoustic is that it's supposed to be made out of carbon fiber. So that's different from your traditional wooden acoustic guitars. Carbon fiber is supposed to be very durable, and there's been other brands who've put out carbon fiber guitars to rave reviews, and I've heard nothing but great things about this one as well. So I'm really curious. I've never owned a carbon fiber guitar, so this is going to be new for me. This being the Mini, this is also a medium scale guitar. It's about 24-inch scale length, so it's going to be on par with like a Fender Jaguar or like a Mustang, something like that. So it's a medium scaled, should be really easy to play. I'm pretty excited about that. But the onboard electronics are different. That's what really sets us apart, because it's not just an acoustic electric preamp. It's different. This is what they call their Acoustic Plus 2.0 system. What's really crazy is it's got a built-in actuator for their onboard effects. And yes, it's got onboard effects. You got reverb, you've got delay, you've got like crazy things like that. So that doesn't mean that like these effects only work when you plug into a PA system. They are supposed to work unplugged. I also believe you're able to save your presets on here. I believe there's a few tone banks you're able to save your settings to be able to quickly call them up as needed. Now, what's also pretty cool is there's Bluetooth connectivity on this. Yes, there's Bluetooth and an acoustic. That weirds me out because you don't really see Bluetooth in electrics, but no, there's Bluetooth, which means that you can connect to a separate app on your phone and also be able to adjust your EQ and tone and things like that through the app using Bluetooth. Pretty remarkable, right? Also, this is USB-C enabled, so there's a USB-C charging port on this guitar somewhere, and that's going to be pretty amazing as well. So you're able to recharge the guitar without having to deal with a 9-volt battery, and I think that's pretty special in itself. So with that out of the way, you know, you're just listening to me talk and you're seeing a brown box in my face. Let's crack this thing open. So we have got the box down here. Don't mind my messy floor. It's a musician's floor, which means it's going to be dirty at all times. So I got my knife, and I did remove my delivery label. That's important. There we go. Enya guitar. Enya guitar. If I can say that right. Cut open. I've been eager to open this up for a moment. Ooh. Nice gig bag. So this looks factory fresh. No returns. That's always a positive. Oh, that box got a little munched. What do we got in here? We got a cable. Actually a decent looking cable. I mean, I'm sure that there's better, but I often don't see these kinds of tips, and this has some nice weight to it. That's all that's in this box. Enya, for the love of music. I feel like I should be playing like Orinoco Flow. I'm sure they get that joke a lot, probably more than they care to ever hear. Does make me wonder about Enya herself. Alright, so we got a USB-C, a USB-A to USB-C cable, a hex key, and like a little manual. As I drop that. Cool. So, yeah, there's a little about the company. The Enya Advantage. Wow, pretty cool. Super elevated neck technology. Alright, BT acoustic guitar bolting. So it looks like it's a bolt-on neck. And CNC guitar manufacturing. So there's some cool stuff in here. HPL material. Interesting. And there's the Acoustic Plus technology. So yeah, well, there's a lot of, so Enya does have a lot of cool stuff. All right, so got this unzipped. Woohoo! So we got paper around the strings. This is totally fresh. Come on, stay with me here. I probably should have kept my knife out. Ooh. A little out of tune, but that's not uncommon. I got our little hang tags here. The QR code. Yay. To download the app. That's pretty fun. Alright, so action does look a little high. When the neck appears straight, it might need a bit of a setup. So far, it looks like it's pretty good. We got a bowl back here, a little bit of a bowl back, not like an ovation bowl back, but it's somewhat rounded. And then there's this guy right here. This is the Acoustic Plus system. So it might need a charge. So on the back end here, we've got USB-C for charging, and we got our output. And then up here, we've got our tuners. Actually cool looking tuners. Already has a strap button here. Strap button on the back side. Yeah, pretty awesome. I like it. So this thing is pretty righteous so far. I mean, we got like this carbon fiber top. It's cool looking. And like I said, we got this one knob here. So we're going to go ahead and turn this on. Like so. And we're in green mode. I have not researched at all what these effects are. I know that there are effects, but I don't remember what they are and what colors represent which one. But I believe this does change color. Yes, it does. So we got green is your first color, then we go to blue, like a royal blue, and then like a light blue, purple, back to green. So I think that's actually the 4 sound banks. I think you're able to adjust these effects as needed using the app that they point you to, and that way you can save your patches to scroll through them with the color rings, so you could set up a whole array of different things to do with this. But for the time being, let's explore what's stock. So I'm going to go ahead and mic this up a little bit with my SM7B, the one I use at my desk usually. Pretty cool sounding. It's got like a tremolo effect to it and a little bit of reverb. Let's go to the next patch bay. Blue. Some reverb. Not bad. On to light blue. Ooh, delay. I don't know if you can hear that in the microphone. I like that. On to the purple. Ooh, weird. Like an envelope filter with an envelope filter over delay. Interesting. I don't know how much use I'll get out of that effect, but it's cool to know it's there. And then we're back to green. So yeah, four banks. I think we need to explore at another time the app itself, but there is an app, and it's supposed to allow you to alter these banks as needed. So it's cool to know. So that was the mic'd up version of it. Let's go ahead and try plugging it in. So now we're plugged in, as seen here. You're going to hear the piezo as opposed to it being mic'd up. I don't remember if I did a good job on the microphone or not, but I don't know, we're just going to go with it. As far as a piezo is concerned, though, if you're not familiar with piezos, they can tend to be a little brighter than miking up an acoustic guitar. They don't necessarily represent the acoustics of the instrument. They are, in fact, actually trying to replicate the brightness of an acoustic. So this might sound a bit different than, again, as it was mic'd up. Let's go to blue. I don't know if the effects are not going through. I haven't tested it, but I'm not really seeing anything on my meters. I think there's supposed to be a delay on this one, and I'm not seeing that reflected. So the effects might not actually transmit through the chord itself. It might just be a fun thing for when you're just playing acoustic. I don't know. Let's try the light blue. Purple. Now, one standout thing I'm noticing right now is that the effects are completely muted through the acoustic as well as it's plugged in. I'm sure if I unplug it, I'm going to hear the effects come through again. The effects itself might just be MIA. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. As I go back and edit this, and as you're watching it, you're gonna be like, oh no, they're there, or maybe they're not. I don't know. This is just my actual reaction. But so far, so good. I like the way this feels, and I'm really fascinated with this zero fret that's up here. You don't often see zero frets anymore, and there sure is one here. The nut is very, very small. It's mostly just a string guide more than anything else, and yeah, the strings pretty much rest cleanly. I mean, you could totally feel the strings right over the nut here, because they're not really seated deep inside these cavities. So that's interesting in itself. I mean, I have to say that I'm really, really impressed with this guitar. I think it's pretty great. It's gonna need a little bit of a setup, I will be honest, as do most new guitars, right? I mean, they come out of the box, they've been flown in from all over the world, they're gonna change, they're gonna shift, they're gonna warp a little bit, they're gonna try and set itself right. I'm not saying this is warped at all, but the neck usually always needs a little bit of attention because it might have some relief to it, and the action is a little high on this for my liking, and the neck does appear to be straight as I've glanced at it. There's a little bit of relief, but not a lot. So I don't know if I'm going to need to reset the neck. This is a bolt-on neck, so it's possible that I can work with it a little bit to try and make sure it's seated better. Possibly the saddle comes out and I can file the bottom of the saddle down. I'll figure that out in due time. But for what this is, for $349, this is insane. This is like probably one of the coolest guitars I have encountered as an acoustic at this price point. You really can't beat it. And it's nice that it's compact. I mean, you could travel with this thing. This is a 24-inch scale, so it's nice and easy to play, easy on the fingers. It's pretty amazing. Other little bullet points about this guitar I should probably point out before I wrap this video up is it does have a Tusk saddle as far as what I've been reading. So it's a Tusk saddle, 24-inch scale. It's got their enclosed tuning keys here with their own little style for the keys itself. It's 19 frets, 20 if you count the zero fret, but it's 19 frets on here, so it's you really won't need much more than that because again, it's going to be really difficult to get up here without a cutaway. This is a great rhythm acoustic guitar. If you're a singer-songwriter, I can't recommend this enough because you're going to have some great onboard effects. So if you're not playing through a PA system, you have something to work with. It does connect through your phone, so you have the ability to adjust the parameters as needed or save them as needed and call them up when you need them during a performance. Pretty cool guitar. I think this is a winner. I am excited to noodle with this, and yeah, everything's good. The bridge is nice and flat, no bubbles whatsoever. Pretty cool. Sorry to jump in like this. I know that I shot this video the day before. I'm still wearing the same clothes because that's what happens. But I just have to kind of throw in an important thing because when I shot this video the day before, it was an initial reaction. It was awesome. I was, it's that first glance, that anticipation. You know what that's like, right? It's when you know something cool is there. You really have high hopes that it's going to be amazing, and so this is the day after, and I just wanted to be able to stress how awesome this guitar has been. I know I probably prefaced that to sound like it was going to be negative, but no, this thing is incredible. I mean, I've been noodling with it. You can kind of see now how the carbon fiber is on here. I've definitely been putting some smudges on here. I love the effects. It's a really weird, surreal thing to have like this thing be unplugged, and yeah, it sounds like it's kind of through a PA a little bit or an acoustic amp. Pretty remarkable. So that's all I really wanted to say, is that this guitar has so far been continuing to wow me, and I am floored. So if you have the means to pick one of these up, I couldn't recommend one more. I would love to be able to get my hands on another Enya. Like I said, it does need a setup, so I'll have to throw this on the bench because the string action feels a little high. But that said, I've also been playing with capos and playing with open chords, and it sounds intonated to me. So if it was that high of action, it may not have that intonation because things would be just slightly off, but it sounds good. I haven't put it up to a tuner yet though to see how far off it might actually be. I still plan on dropping the action just a little bit, but other than that, wow, this guitar is phenomenal. Oh, and also I did download the Enya Music app. You can, through the app, program each of these color rings to have different patches and settings. So as you toggle through, like every single one can have reverb and every single one can have delay and varying levels of delay and varying levels of reverb. You just set the patch and go with that. And you just tap through to your 4 patches. Pretty awesome. And I did also hear, as I'm editing, I did hear that the effects did transfer through onto the DI, so that was pretty cool as well, that did that. I assumed it would. I just didn't see it represented in the meters because I wasn't actually listening to the recording at the time. But yeah, that's that. Now, if you like this guitar, if you want to check one out for yourself, like I said, they're very, very, very affordable at $349. They make a great gift. They're a perfect gift for someone who's just wanting to learn how to play guitar and they want to have something a little more. They don't know if they want an electric or an acoustic. Get this. Seriously, this is amazing. I will leave links down in the description if you want to go ahead and check one out for yourself. They are going to be affiliate links, which means that the 11th Fret will be paid a commission for you making a successful purchase. And what that actually means is the price does not go up for you. It's just allowing Amazon to share a little bit of those profits to a small channel versus them taking all the profits for themselves. So it's a really, really cool thing if you support your favorite channels like that. Even if it's not 11th Fret, you want to go support one of your other favorite channels, make sure you click their affiliate links. So as per usual, as all the YouTubers say, if you like content like this, make sure you like this video to make sure that YouTube recommends more content like this channel to you at all times, be it other channels and this channel, so on and so forth. And if you want to become part of the 11th Fret family and make sure you are always up in the know with what we're doing here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the little bell notification to be notified when I do upload new content. Again, as always, thank you guys for sticking around and checking it out. I look forward to reading your comments down below. Take it easy, everybody.